Hi, thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Lee Koo, Mayor, Council members. First off, I'd like to clarify something about, this refugee plight that everybody talks about. I was a refugee from Asia. We lived in a refugee camp for 2 years waiting our turn to come here. We had our lungs x-ray, we have health screening. We went to classes so that when we got here, we weren't gonna be going to school and not knowing the alphabet. Okay, that's a refugee, someone who's running away from a war-torn country. What these people are talking about is they're paying somebody to take them a coyote or whatever, they're called, $7,000 or $8,000 for a 10-day trip across Mexico to America. That, to me, is not refugee. You want to talk refugee? Talk to someone who walked out of the killing fields, somebody who lived in a prison camp. Yep. That's a refugee. So this little tidbit about, feeling sorry for them, every time I hear that, it makes me sick. Okay, call it what it is. It's called child trafficking. And the parents who send their kids over here, how much love do they have for those children to put them in that kind of danger? To make, to hand them over to somebody, a stranger, for what? So they can have a better life? No, that's a lie. No, they hand them over to them so that they could come here, get a foothold in this country illegally, and then bring the rest over. Okay, America's a land of law, and that's why it's a great country, because it's a land of law. Everybody operates under the same laws. Why are we allowing a bunch of people who come here illegally to gain from this society? Do we need people like that? I mean, do we celebrate criminals? And if we do, why do we have prisons? We shouldn't have prisons. Whatever people want to do, let them do it. And I will be okay with that if you treat everybody the same. But when you embrace these criminals and calling them, refugees or whatever, you're lying. You're lying to the American public. This country was great because it was built on laws, and it was protected by patriots, okay? I came here over 30 years ago, and I'm glad we did, because where I came from was hostile. But I'd be damned if I let these people take it over under the guise of refugee. It is an invasion. And if you allow this to happen, by deeming this a sanctuary city, you're breaking American laws. You would be violating 2 federal statutes passed by Congress in 1996, Title 8, Section 1373 and 1644 of the U.S. Code that expressly forbid sanctuary cities. Now, you all took an oath of office, and I look at your position, and I want you to honor that. I want you to honor the oath you took. Think of all the soldiers who died for this country. Yeah. I used to work at a senior home, and I took care of seniors, and if they were alive today,
Carl Rosales, followed by Daniel
they would kill over.
And then Woody Rucker Hughes. Carl Rosales, followed by Daniel.